So here I am again, and this is going to be part 3 of the return request and how we manage these situations. So I've just noticed that this item has now been received back in the warehouse on February 26th. Today is the 27th. So what I did is I went ahead and I called BBB as we mentioned in the previous recording. And they've confirmed that it's there, that it's going to take 3 to 5 days to record the receipt and 3 to 5 days to get the refund. So here we go. What do we do now? So now I'm going to go, oops, sorry, let me get to the right page. So I've got the return and customer service sheet opened up. Here's the person's order. I've called BBB. I've put a note in that it's received 2/26. They confirmed it. So now I'm going to process a refund for this customer. So let's get started. So all I do is this, manage returns. And as I said before, when there is a return request, it is absolutely best to communicate this way. Actually, this is what Amazon wants us to do, so this is what we should do. So I'm going to say contact buyer, and I'm going to confirm to the buyer that the item's been received, and I'm going to refund them. So we go to our templates in OneNote. I'm going to type refund on return. And that's just the confirmation email that I've got as a template. Everything's fine. So I'm going to put in, of course, a name. We don't want to leave these things blank. I'm going to put in the information on the order. And so that it reads properly, just make sure you reread it so that it makes sense. Okay, sometimes these things don't always make a lot of sense depending on what you put in. Okay, so it's been received back. Your refund will be processed shortly, and once again, I leave it this way because it does take Amazon a few days to process it to the customer's credit card, and to avoid questions, because there's nothing we can do to speed up the process. Okay, so I am going to reattach the return policy. Sorry about that. So I'm going to go to our drive. I'm going to go to customer service and get the return policy. The reason I'm going to do that is because if you'll note here on the return is for better price available, and it should say on here, but it doesn't say in this particular window. So we are going to be charging them return fees, and so that there's no gray area in why we have done this. I attach that return policy at least twice. So once with the authorization of the return, and once just before refunding them. I choose this so that they know this has got to do with their refund. It might entice them to open the email. A lot of customers just simply don't open their emails. And then I'm going to send. So now we go back to manage orders. But then, that takes us to a wrong window. Let's just go back to manage returns. Oops. Sorry, I didn't have the right info in my cursor. Okay, so here it is. So now I'm going to issue the refund. So we know that Bed Bath & Beyond is not going to reimburse the shipping, which is $5.99. So we're going to put that cost back onto the customer, plus we're going to charge them 20%. So what does that work out to? So we take $83.69. At 80%, that means we're going to reimburse, or 80%. 0.80 reflects 20%. It just says that 20% has been removed off of. So 100 minus 20 is 80. So we're going to reimburse $66.95 minus the $5.99 shipping. Okay, so $60.96 is what we're refunding on this order. Okay, and if the customer contacts us, we'll just say, well, it states very clearly. When we can eliminate the the return shipping. If it's possible, then we do that, okay? But we know in this situation they're going to charge us. We're not going to pick that up on behalf of the customer who didn't do their shopping to begin with the way they should have, okay? Anyway, so we put in $60.96. Amazon fills this in, and we submit the refund. Okay. Now what I do is I take this information across to, so it's just a confirmation that we have in fact done the refund. I'm going to put it in the thought bubble. It's really important, especially with returns, to have everything in here in case we end up having to deal with a dispute from a customer, especially when we're not getting a full refund. I click off the source, sorry, that's the wrong one. Customer refund has been processed. I'm going to make this purple so that we can, at a glance, know that this is just waiting for the financial end. Purple to me just indicates the refund, the return is complete. The refund is in process. We're just waiting now for BBB to refund the item. It's going to be at least 10 days. So what's next? So I've done this one. I'm going to go handle the task. And again, here's Carol's. It's still in green because I haven't updated. I'm going to put today's date because this doesn't autofill the date. I'm going to just put the note of the refund. And I'm going to change this to purple. So today's the 27th. Bed Bath & Beyond has confirmed that it takes 3 days to do that days. So I'm going to 3 plus 3 days. I'm going to put it to here to check for the refund. If the refund's not back, not in the bank account by this date, then I follow up with that with Bed Bath & Beyond to make sure that it's being processed correctly. Okay, and sometimes it glitches on their end, so it's really important to just keep track of it. So now that is also purple. So we know that these 2 items are waiting for the refund from the suppliers. So one more step left to do, and that is to insert the financial information on our sales sheet so that the financial info is complete here. Okay, so what am I going to do here? I'm going to go to that order. So you see this is still showing purple because it's still showing that the refund or the return is in process. I put return complete, even though we're still waiting for the financial end, because the customer has returned the item. They've taken care of everything they needed to take care of. So in here, I put in $60.96. I put the refund that was sent to the customer. This autofills Amazon's return of their fee, the portion of the fee that they return. As you know, they don't return the full amount. They hang on to 3%, sometimes 2%, depends on the amount of the refund. And I'm going to put in the amount that I believe I'm going to get back from BBB. Okay, so I think we're going to get back to $64.19. I was incorrect. There is going to be no shipping fee. They may still hold that. Now, when I do get the refund, I adjust this amount, okay, to reflect the accurate amount. So this fills in the adjusted profits for what has happened. I forgot one thing. When we return an item to any supplier, they claw back any cash back that was received. So make sure you zero that out, okay? Because that's going to be, even though, you know, Carla's marked it here as received, it's been confirmed, they will take it back, and so they should. We've returned the item. So that keeps all of the financial ends clear. Because this is the end of the month, and it's easier for us to go back and check things when things are highlighted. I'm going to highlight this in blue until we receive these refunds, and once they're both checked off, then I remove the highlighting. This just makes it a lot easier when I'm looking back in sheets to make sure that everything's been received. All right, so I save the sheet just to make sure, and that is complete. So now we know we've refunded this. Carla's going to reconcile the refund portion from Amazon, and as soon as we receive this in the bank, then I will show you just how easy it is to process. That's what there is to refunds. Now, sometimes refunds can get a little tricky. When we do get some complicated ones, just bring them up to me and I'll walk you through them. And it's usually not the refund itself or the return itself that's tricky. It's dealing with the customer service end. Okay? Thanks. Any questions? I'm here to help. Okay, talk to you soon. Bye-bye now.